What's happening, you guys? Christian here over at Infamous Training, and I've got a pretty cool video for you today. So if you know me, you know that I'm a huge nerd, and what better way to nerd out than by doing a science experiment. So I actually bought my very own blood sugar monitor, and I've always been very curious as to how my blood sugar will rise or drop throughout the day, after certain meals, stuff like that, especially since I do fasting. So I'm actually really curious and really excited to try this out. Now, the other thing I wanted to try out is that I'm actually going to be drinking a Bang today. So this has 0 calories but a lot of caffeine and definitely has artificial sweeteners in it. I want to see exactly what effect the artificial sweeteners have on my blood sugar. Now, unfortunately, this won't measure insulin, it only measures my blood sugar, but I think that'll be a pretty good way of measuring it in general. So I'm actually really excited and really curious to see what the results are. So I'm just going to do my blood sugar real quick just so we have a baseline. I'm still fasted entirely right now. It's about 5 p.m. I haven't had any calories at all, so I should be at a complete baseline standard right now. Alright, so let's see what my blood sugar is right now with no food at all. Alright, so hopefully it'll show up on the camera. There we go. It'll be flipped over, but whatever. Alright, so we're looking at 86. Alright, so that's pretty normal. 86 is pretty standard as far as fasting blood sugar goes. It's like slightly lower than usual. I'm usually like 88, 89, 90 maybe, but this should be fine. So 86 is my standard level, and so now I'm gonna drink my Bang and we'll see what it feels like 30 minutes later. Alright, cheers. Alright, and we are back. It has been about 30 minutes since I drank that Bang, so I'm gonna check my blood sugar real quick and we'll see what effect it had. Alright. So it looks like we have a 74 now. We actually dropped our blood sugar. Now, I'm actually going to take this a second time just in case because I want to make sure that the results are correct, and we'll get back to it. Alright, so let's check a second time real quick. Alright, so let's see what we get this time. Alright, so we got a 91. Since we had pretty big discrepancies on those results, I'm going to do it a third time just to make sure, and we're going to take the average of it. Alright, so checking again, just want to make sure. I want to see if I get consistent results this time. And I'm making sure to actually get enough blood on the test strip too. Okay, so at least it seems like we're more consistently getting a pretty close to fasted blood sugar level. So I'm going to take this as it is for now. Again, I'm going to show you guys the averages of all of them that I took anyways, just to make sure, but they are pretty much averaging out to being either at fasted level or slightly below. Alright, so after doing a little bit of math, we should have our averages totaled out right here on the screen. So it looks like we're at about 83 for blood sugar. That's perfectly fine. That's normal blood sugar for someone who's fasted. It is a little bit lower than what I started with, which actually worries me a little bit. That actually means that I probably do have a little bit of insulin going up when I take this, even though my blood sugar isn't going up. But that's fine, I'll worry about that later. Now we're gonna actually go into the workout, and I'm gonna see how I feel once I work out fasted and everything, and I'm actually gonna check my blood sugar after the workout, immediately after, just so that I can see the actual impact that it puts on my body.
A todos los palomos dicen que tienen millo, pero no tienen nada. Tengo Gucci, Prada, Balenciaga, todo lo que tú quieras ver. Palomo, alerta. Porque tengo los millones, chones, 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 chones. Porque tengo los millones, chones, 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 chones. Porque tengo los millones, tengo los millones, tengo los millones, tengo los millones. Porque tengo los millones, tengo los millones, tengo los millones, tengo los millones. Porque tengo los millones, porque tengo los millones. Nada no me hace feliz, para ti falta. Yo juego con 1000 amos y 100.000 en tu la banca. Egocéntrico como el pana arca. Estoy veado porque la meta está muy alta. Vamos a volar, a volar, a volar. Vamos a volar.
darle todo guerra. El que está pegado siempre es el que más brega. Si no lo has luchado, aquí mismo te entierra. Con mi Gucci Prado que la manda para la abajo. Como hora día para brillar en todos lados. Yo no soy un millo, eso no come pecado. Soy un millo, porque tengo los millones, chones, 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 chones. Porque tengo los millones, chones, 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 chones.
Alright, you guys, I just finished my workout. So I'm pretty sweaty right now, so just excuse me for not looking too great. But I wanted to make sure I got my blood sugar level immediately after my workout. And I made sure I washed my hands and everything. So let's see what we get. Alright. So as far as everything goes, I feel great for having just worked out well fasted. So we actually got a 93. I'm not entirely surprised by this result, but I'm going to do it one more time just in case. Alright, so let's check the blood sugar again. I want to make sure that it's right. Alright, so let's see what we get for the second result. Alright, so we got a 98, so that means the average between the two is pretty much around 95. I'm not completely surprised by this answer, to be honest. So even though I am completely fasted right now, other than the bang, so you have a liver in you, everybody does or should anyways, and that's what creates enough sugar for you to actually last the whole day. Because one of the big things that I have people ask me about when I start talking about fasting is the fact that they think that their blood sugar is going to drop too low. But if our blood sugar was going to drop low like any single time that we didn't eat for like 2 hours, 3 hours, 6 hours, anything like that, even a couple days, then our ancestors definitely wouldn't have survived out in the wilderness at all. They definitely didn't have supermarkets and even agriculture at the time to really have that kind of sustained eating throughout the day. So this just kind of goes to show that our bodies really aren't meant to be eating all the time. And I know that's kind of like the modern conception that we have of it now. Even like I hear all the time that in order to lose weight you should eat every 2 hours, but even conceptually it doesn't really make any sense, because if you're spiking your insulin and your blood sugar every 2 hours, then your body's consistently going to want to be storing mass. And obviously we're on the opposite end, or at least if you're like me, you want to get rid of mass. Like I don't even have any trouble really putting on muscle or anything like that, but when it comes to losing mass and like especially targeting fat specifically, it can be difficult at times. But I think even just doing little experiments like this, it really helps me out to be able to pinpoint what really spikes my insulin or my blood sugar really, and then try to control it through that. Alright, so it's about 7 o'clock. I'm starting to get pretty hungry, so I'm gonna go shower and then we can break our fast. Let's get to it. Okay, so we had a little change of plan. I actually had to go get something at my cousin's house, so I wasn't able to video record me checking my blood sugar, but I did do it and I actually took a picture of it when I did it, so I'm gonna throw that onto the screen right now. So as you can see, I clearly broke 100. That was after I'd had my actual dinner, which was rice, peas, potatoes, salmon. So there was definitely carbs in there. It was definitely gonna spike up my blood sugar. But honestly, even what I got really wasn't that bad. 118 is pretty normal even just for eating. And it also shows, because I have had some people show some concern saying that, oh, they think that their blood sugar is gonna spike even higher after they fast just because they haven't been eating that whole time. But it actually does the opposite. Fasting helps regulate your blood sugar a lot better, and then you're not going to have that super high spike when you have your first meal, or at least that's what you're aiming towards. Alright, so let's just do a quick rundown of the video. So we did see that when I drank the bang, although it didn't spike my blood sugar, it actually did the opposite. My blood sugar dropped a little bit, and that leads me to think that even though my blood sugar isn't rising, since I'm drinking something that has an artificial sweetener, my body thinks that it's about to receive sugar. And when it actually goes and releases insulin, there's no sugar there. So in all honesty, you're kind of doing a disservice to yourself if you have a bang in the middle of, or honestly even have any artificial sweetener in the middle of your fast, because even though your blood sugar is not rising, that doesn't mean that your body's not releasing any insulin. Now, I can't tell you exactly how much insulin is being released or even how much particularly your body will do, because everybody's different. Like, you might drink a bang and have your blood sugar go up, I don't know. It all depends on the person. But even then, I can't tell you with 100% certainty that, oh, it'll definitely break your fast or it definitely won't. But from the looks of it, it seems like the insulin does get released, which in all honesty does break your fast. So I do actually highly recommend against drinking a Bang on your fast. I am actually super guilty of this and used to do it all the time. I am hopefully going to break that habit, and I've been trying to just stick away from that much caffeine generally right now anyways. And as far as working out while fasted goes, my blood sugar results showed that your liver is enough to create the amount of sugar that you need even to sustain working out. Now, I will admit my workout today wasn't super heavy. Today was more of an accessory day, and I've been just trying to add in a little bit more shoulder work and just a little bit more biceps during the week. And that's the only reason I even lifted today. Normally I wouldn't even lift. But at least I just wanted to see how my blood sugar would react to working out while fasted. And again, it went up. So the liver really is enough to actually make up for the sugar if you haven't eaten all day. And in case anybody actually wants to join me in this experiment, I'm going to put a link down below for the actual blood sugar monitor that I purchased myself. It just, honestly, it was really easy. It's super convenient to use, and it's a great tool just because you get to see how your body actually individually reacts to certain foods. I can't wait to try out a different combination of foods just because then I'll know which ones spike my blood sugar, which ones don't, and that will help me make even more informed decisions when I go and purchase food. But thank you guys so much for checking out the video. Again, if you like this content, please like and subscribe down below. It definitely helps out the channel, and I would love to continue making this content for you guys. But have a great one. We'll see you on the next video.